Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Madonna and today please join me my spring backyard gardening harvest, and really it's an abundant vegetable garden. I'm so excited, so let's get started. So here we're going to harvest the scallop squash first. These are really very prolific squash variety. I believe it's summer squash and it's really very cute. And they have lots of different colors like white, and I really love this yellow colors. It really makes us happy and it's really pretty. And these are really great for roasting or baking. And you can throw them also in soups or stews, and really very pretty good. It tastes very fresh. And I still have one right here. This one is a big one, big scallop squash. I have like 2 or 3 plants here that I planted in the corner. So I'm gonna grab this one. This one is a bit heavy, and look at this, really very flawless. I love the skin, so when I cook it, I don't peel it. You can eat the peel, and it is really very good. It gets some very nice texture. I believe that scallop squash is more watery consistency and smooth than the zucchini. And look at this, very fresh right from the garden. I love it. And over this way, I have grown some yellow squash as well. Let's harvest this also. So what I did is covered my yellow squash. Look at that, very pretty, yellow as the sun, with cardboard boxes and dried leaves, because I have some vine borders. Even though we gathered some of the eggs, there are still some. So I just try to protect it with cardboard boxes and dried leaves, mulch it. So here it is, really very pretty and fresh, right from the vegetable garden. And I have harvested as well my kabocha. This is really a winter squash variety and really very, very good. It is more dense, the texture, not watery than the scallop or the zucchini. And over this way, this is so far one of the biggest squash I've ever grown in my entire life, friends. So this is a winter squash. I believe this is a pumpkin. As you can see, it's really got a very big leaves. And I need to use scissor for this harvest, so it's really pretty big one. It looks like a watermelon though, but it's really a pumpkin. And look at this. I've decided to harvest this soon. I didn't let it ripe because I want to try to eat it while still young. So look at this, very pretty, like a basketball ball. Weight is almost like roughly 4 kilos. And over this way, I have a couple of plants of sweet banana peppers. Let's harvest them as well. I've decided to harvest my sweet banana peppers because they already starts to turn red. And actually this is my second time to harvest this. And the first one I've harvested them to make some basil pesto toppings, and it's really good. They're very, very fresh, crunchy. I believe you can eat it raw, and you can cook it like you would with sweet bell peppers. But this type of peppers is really very prolific and very protective, especially if, for example, you have a small backyard garden or you're starting with container gardening. Sweet banana peppers are really great to try. I highly recommend it, and I would love to make a video for you guys on how to grow sweet banana peppers plant in the future. So look at this, really very shiny. So when it gets too long, or when you let it get ripen, skin is a little bit thick. So just bear that in mind. If you want to harvest it early, you can. And over this way, in my in-ground bed, I have planted some radish. This is the long ones. I planted them along with corn. And the reason why I decided to harvest them, it is because as the corn grows, it needs some little bit space. So I'm gonna give them their space now. So since radish is really one of the fastest growing vegetables, spring vegetables, but you can plant them also in winter or early spring or fall. Depends on your location. Really pretty and nice. Look at this pink colors. And over this way into the first in-ground bed, I have some mustard greens, different types. So let's gather them as well. And then I have some turnips too, and arugula. I have decided to harvest them because it starts to flower. And when sometimes vegetables or leafy vegetables starts to flower, they become bitter, and then soon they will start to seed. So look at this beautiful, healthy super greens. Really great to saute for soup, and I believe it is really many that I'm going to freeze them, and really very, very healthy for you guys. I highly recommend this type of vegetables. And over here I have some kales. This is a red Russian kales. Kales are one of my favorite green leafy vegetables. They are low maintenance, and I have some as well, the lacinato kale and curly kale. There are different versions of kales, like the Siberian kales and dwarf varieties. I like to plant them along with lettuce because they share the same fertilizers and nutrient needs. So I'm going to black them up. So this time I have decided to use trays because I have a lot of green vegetables, and it's really perfect. You can eat it raw. But I highly recommend, if you want to eat it raw, you select the tender or the younger leaves, and then the more mature ones you can put it in soup or stews. So here you go, guys. These are many green leafy vegetables fresh from the garden. Really I'm so grateful. I'm again happy with my garden, especially my in-ground bed. Is like going out from your comfort zone because I have been planting in my no-dig garden and my containers, so it's really game changer. And I still have some more mustards here. These are different varieties as well, like red mustards and Florida broadleaf mustards and spring mustards. So if you're curious how to grow your own mustard greens, I have a video there for you. You can check it out later or play it in playlist if you're curious. So this is really very healthy, and even though they're a little bit bitter, it's really very nutritious and very easy to cook. Also, they will be done in a few minutes, and you can eat it with your salad as well if you like. Just get the baby ones. And here, one of the great things about mustards, because they are fast grower and they will gonna give you abundant amount of vegetables, supply of leafy greens throughout the season. So I planted this like early spring, and then some even before the spring or late winter, and it's still producing lots of beautiful leaves, and they're really very nice and crunchy, especially this stem. Got a lot of water and moisture on it. I decided to harvest it now because I'm going to change some vegetables as the new season comes this summer. I believe that mustard greens will tend to bolt, even though they bolt later than the pak choy or pad thai or other Asian green vegetables. They will bolt soon. And there you go. I have lots of greens now here. So we have different colors of mustard greens, really very good and healthy. And I'm so happy for this harvest because the vegetables really keeps on growing and giving you supply of vegetables and food throughout the season. So what's your favorite spring garden harvest or vegetable variety that you like to grow in your garden this spring? Please comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you. And then over this way, I have also planted some few lettuce to try to mix it with the kales and then turnips, and I planted some onions along them. But I believe that because I have planted arugula in my vegetable in-ground bed, what happened is that I believe that some of the vegetables become bitter, or is it because of the weather as the season changed now that it becomes hotter? So I'm going to grab this as well. These are really baby lettuce greens, mixed varieties. I just use it to fill some gaps. So that's beauty about lettuce. Since they are shallow rooted, they can grow mostly anywhere, but they love sun also and water. So here, very fresh, really very good. This will make great salad. And I have some more mustard greens here, guys. It really keeps on growing that I just planted them along with beans. And I have some Swiss chard also here, and I know some of my pak choy already bolted and flowered. So let's grab some more. I love this red mustard, sorry. It is really very prolific and productive. I use mostly coffee grounds for fertilizer and compost, as well as the companion plants like beans and peas along the way. And this one is my favorite of the kale. This is the Siberian kale. And here we go. So far we have harvested lots of greens in the gardens. I hope you all enjoyed this video, guys, and if you want to watch more videos, I have a playlist there for you. You can check it out later. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.